Oh, cool.
We should be live on Facebook with the most delicious mother and daughter team ever. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For yet another day where I got dressed, not in exercise clothes, and there was like a little surprise on my, please stop doing this. For those of you who don't know, I'm sitting here with Jodie Polk and Jessica Barris, the most delicious mother-daughter team out there of Culinary Combo. They're sitting outside on a beautiful day. And how is that possible that you're not baking away? Because you've already been up baking.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
We start pretty early.
So I have to say that we're going to talk about so many things, but in this little delicious bag are not my most favorite scones today.
Oh.
It could be a second favorite. They're little donuts, and I ate one. Yes, I'm going to go work out. I always tell you, but they're little donuts, and I text you back right away, and I said, not that I'm ready for it, but it tasted like a little slice of fall.
That's what we were hoping for. We're experimenting with some new things while we have time before the bakery opens.
Yeah.
And that was something that seemed to be people were asking about. Are you going to have donuts? And we kind of said, no, we're not going to have donuts. And finally, after the 10th person, I said, I think we're going to have donuts.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. So I guess I'll probably jump all over. Why not? But it seems like a Tuesday, not a Monday. So we'll jump all over. But I guess, the truth is, and I'll back up to how you all started in a minute, but how do you get your inspiration to, first of all, I have to say that everybody needs to go to culinarycombo.com and to Facebook and Instagram so they can see the deliciousness. This is one of those cases where we need smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision. But like here this morning is a new idea. So, how do you come up with your ideas? Jessica, take this one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have this one over your mom.
When I'm talking with like friends or Neil or his coworkers, and they're like, what would be really good if you made this? And at first I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever you say. And then like I think about it and I say it to my mom, and she's like, wait, I just saw that on a show on like Chopped. Someone did similar to that, or I saw something similar in a magazine. Maybe if we make some tweaks to like this recipe, we could do something. We could make this work, and then we just bake away.
And not everything is a success.
No.
But we just did a cake recently. It's our campfire cake. And because we find that people love s'mores. Yep. And it took like 3 times. I mean, one cake went right into the garbage. It was
very sad.
We just looked at each other and we're like, we can't save this. This is just not what we want. We totally went back to the drawing board, changed everything around. And then we know like, okay, this is it. Yeah. And then we cut it up and we take it to our neighbors, our friends, our family. And we listen to their ideas and their comments and their requests. Yep. And we've been, so far, I mean, everybody likes something different, and we pride ourselves in a variety. Right. That's a big thing with me. I always say I don't want to get bored. And, Jessica's like, we're always adding things and keeping up with the trends. Yeah. So that's kind of our method to our madness lately.
So let's do a step backwards and talk about, I was really excited because I did get to do a podcast, which I don't know when it will come out, but, I'm excited to have you today because it's more immediate and really talk about really small business, the growth. And more importantly, one of the reasons I sort of started this experiment was because in this pandemic that we had, everybody had to sort of get busy, shift, figure things out. And you guys for sure were in that position. You had a successful business getting going. You're in the process of building a brick and mortar. So let's really talk about March to now, really what's going on with Culinary Combo and who you are. So anybody who might not be in this immediate area, I hope people are watching from wherever.
Right.
Want to take that?
Sure. Okay. So from March to now, we really saw an immediate need to kind of restructure our gift baskets. And people really wanted to let other people know, like their friends and their family know that they're thinking of them. It wasn't necessarily what they were sending them, but as long as they could get something to them. And we've always offered delivery, so that was a huge thing for us. We didn't have to try and figure that whole landscape out. We've had that down for, just had it for 30 years. And we
and I was gonna say, and we had an online presence.
Yeah, and we had an online presence.
We already had an online presence.
Which was huge at that time because, you know, as I go through this, so many small businesses, that was something missing from them.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're in retail or not, that was a big problem, you know, they were missing that link of online business. Now, Jessica, you really amped up the social media part of it.
I did. I definitely did. But so we came up with the idea of our smaller gift boxes instead of the gift basket because there was a big market that we were missing with the cost starting at $50. And if someone just wanted, and that we couldn't be open and someone couldn't do curbside pickup, or it wasn't like you could get a single item, we came up with our gift boxes, which are a minimum of a dozen pieces, and it changes every day. And it really started with our survival kits, which had an immunity boosting cookie. It had orange cooler cookies and some other fun things in there. And people loved it. And then that evolved into our Passover nosh box, which people loved to do and to send to people. And then we've had people order 20 boxes to send to people, and then they would all get on Zoom and do a birthday party so they could all have like dessert together. So really our gift boxes became a huge part of our business that originally we weren't going to keep.
Totally untapped.
Yeah,
it was totally
we
untapped.
weren't going to keep doing it. And then we're like, well, clearly this is a huge market that we were missing. And
then Mother's Day hit.
Mother's Day and that was
insane.
Crazy.
So are you still, and if people go on Facebook and Instagram now, it's, you know, so because, you know, they're just seeing us right now, it's the box, and there's, you know, certain items, those items come the way they are, correct? They're not
all the time.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed a minimum. It depends on if it's a holiday, like our Father's Day box. We're doing mini apple pies. We're doing, instead of biscotti, we made beer scotty that had craft beer in it, Founders Craft Beer. And so things like that, miniature cupcakes, they change. And sometimes somebody will come to us and say, you know, they don't love chocolate. Imagine that. Or they'll say they can't have nuts or peanut butter.
We need to get rid of those people.
I know. But, you know, or if they're gluten-free.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
we have found,
I have one of those, as you know.
Still a huge request. So we try to accommodate as best we can. We're not in the position right now for somebody to pick what goes in their box. Maybe when we're in the bakery, things will be different. I'm not sure. We're going to have to kind of play with that and see where it takes us.
So you've kept the boxes and that through, like, that's been a really big success during this sort of 3-month.
3-month nightmare.
I don't know what 3-month pandemic is really what it's been, but you know,
thing that we never did before. We've done it, but not for this purpose. Is our individually wrapped pretzels and Rice Krispie treats and things like that people are handing out at graduation drive-bys, and we're doing a Sweet 16, that type of thing. So that what became. It was funny the other day. Jessica said, "Wow, I haven't made a basket in I don't know how long," and that used to really be. That was it. That was our really focus. And I also where we had to step back was when the funerals changed. We did a lot of condolence baskets, a lot of sympathy baskets, and then all of a sudden that dried up for the most part. But now it was funny because people wanted condolence boxes. They said only 2 people are sitting shivas, so I want something small, and then they went to the box. So it kind of evolved a lot itself.
Well, and I think that's what's been so great about the two of you together is you've managed to see what the hurdles are but you've also then sort of played off each other to figure out from a business standpoint, like, how do we meet what the consumer wants? So Jodie, have you enjoyed having your daughter in the business?
It really is.
As she's sitting right there.
We had a feeling you were going to say something about that, and we were going to say, well,
close your ears.
To be honest, we hate each other, and we can't stand being together.
Yeah, I know that.
With a straight face. You know what? It is. She's a dream partner. No offense to my original partner, but she is a dream. She is creative. Her photos make everything we make look that much better. I just, and it's such a compliment. Sometimes she'll take a picture and she'll go, Mom, I don't even have to edit this. This is perfect. This is spot on. And I'm like, oh, she's so sweet. And other times we want to kill each other, but no, it's usually a phase.
So Jodie, tell everyone about who your original partner was, because Jessica really is your dream partner, but I think it's almost a full circle of where you are.
Yeah, my original partner was my husband, Jim, who passed away 22 months ago. And I really didn't know if the business was going to continue. And things fell into place with a lot of support from family and friends. And Jessica jumped on board. She jumped on board and she said, I want to do this. I don't want to see the end of the family business. And Culinary Combo Bakery was born. We definitely believe we have an angel on our shoulder taking care of us. And, but it's good. She brought a modern flair. She updated, she's a mover. She's a shaker. I said to my girlfriend, am I crazy? I'm 56 years old opening a bakery. And she looked at me and she said, oh, you've got a partner that is running and raring to go. And it's true. She keeps me going. And I feel very blessed, very, very blessed.
Well, that's why I said, like, you're a dynamic, delicious mother-daughter team, but it's really fun. This has been really fun for me to talk in the last couple of weeks, because I'm talking to so many family businesses. And I always say, you fight hard, you play hard, you love hard. And that's, I grew up in a family business, and that, really what it was all about. But at the end of the day, nobody loves harder. Nobody, wants the success. But I also think that that's who your customers are. I mean, they feel the love that you put into what you do. I mean, Jodie, you have a memory of, that's everybody, you remember what people love.
I try to remember people's favorites. It's getting, as the business grows, I used to know every single customer. Now I look at Jessica, I'm like, I don't know who that person is. They're ordering.
I love that though. That's important.
Got an order from Israel. Yeah. I mean, online order. It's fabulous. It's exciting. Yeah. It's fabulous. And it shows me that the business is growing. And
so tell everyone about the next, fingers crossed, because the pandemic slowed you down, but let's talk about the next phase and what's going on, God willing, the little engine that could here.
Yeah. So we're hoping, and we're saying that August of this year, we will hopefully be in the storefront and open for people to come in and pick what they want in their boxes and pick up a couple cupcakes or cookies. And right now we are in the process. They're doing the floors and finishing the drywall. So it's getting closer. It's definitely getting closer. It's going to be in the Claymore building in Southfield, off of Franklin and Northwestern. And they're building it to our specifications. It's incredible. It's really a dream.
So now so with a brick and mortar, how is that going to change, or what's that going to look like for your online business, or what's that going to be? How's your business going to still look?
We'll still have the online, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
But we'll finally have walk-in business. And
we're going to have La Colombe coffee. We're going to have 5 tables, a couple cozy chairs. we're hoping eventually to do birthday parties, maybe like a grandma and grandchild type cooking class. We're hoping cooking classes for sure. We already have booked a Zoom cooking class with Wayne State's Halal. And
oh my gosh, how fun.
And, a friend has asked us to also do
a meet the bride
instead of a yeah. So we're really hoping, I keep saying I hope we're open, but we're hoping to use the facility. And I know that we've heard great feedback from the residents at Claymore.
Yeah.
They're excited, they can't wait. So I have customers I've never even met because it's always been over the phone or online. So I'm excited to put, names to faces to names, and we're hoping to do sweet tables. We've done that before. We're hoping, if things pick up again and, weddings and bar mitzvahs and things like that.
Yeah, I think it will be really exciting that you can, it's going to change probably your hours and things like that, but it will be really nice to be able to walk in there, say hi to you, pick something up. I think.
Yeah, we get calls now, and it breaks our heart. Somebody right before we went on is like, "Can I stop by? I need like 3 cupcakes, and are you open yet? Are you open yet? Are you open yet?"
Yeah.
So we get a lot of that. So that's what we're hopeful, and we're going to have we're going to offer like changing of the things of the day, like different scones and different muffins.
Yeah.
And one day a week.
Okay, so now I'm in big trouble because I'll know where you are and like the different scone of the day.
Right.
I'm going to have to walk from my house all the way over there, eat the scone, walk all the way there. That will be
perfect.
Yeah, but we're going to offer one day a week cinnamon rolls, one day a week, hopefully like donut holes, different fun things like that. And things that we could make, but it's totally different. And our cake, we've been making a lot of cakes. We offer a lot of different cakes. And I think, we also do coffee cakes. We do things people don't even know until she posts a picture. Then she posts a picture, trouble. Then it's like, oh, you do carrot cake? And then I get 10 orders for carrot cake. So it's her fault.
Yeah.
No, well, I think, I've always asked you this, like, what do you find the strengths and, from each other? Like, what, how do you feed off of each other?
She definitely has like tips and tricks to things that aren't necessarily in the recipe that I would never have been able to figure out. I've been like, well, this didn't turn out right. Okay, like move on. But she's been doing it for so long that she knows, like, even without looking at the recipe, she's like, oh, you're making that cake. Okay, so you need to dust the pan in cocoa powder instead of in flour because it's a chocolate cake and it'll make it taste better and the flour won't come off on it. And I'm like, oh, it just said to dust the pan. I was just going to do some butter and flour. I didn't even think about that. And she has so much knowledge.
Jodie, have you kept over the years like all your recipes in a certain way?
Yeah, I do. I have them even from when I was in school with Jim. I have all the recipes. I have.
So we need to talk about. We probably need to talk about a culinary combo cookbook.
Yeah.
The one sitting next to you will be
always been my dream of mine to photograph a cookbook. So that's a little.
Well, I think you'll find that these are the things that once you open, and things are running, people will start saying like, I want to try this at home. And I always laugh because I think we talked about this once. I love to cook. I hate to bake. My mother-in-law is very great. She's very good at baking. She gets very frustrated with me. I don't like to bake because unlike your daughter, Jessica, Jodie, who's is very mathematically and precise, I just dump it all in.
Yeah.
But that's what baking is. And in baking, you have to have the patience and precision and
Jessica is huge with mise en place.
I love it.
She lines it all up. I just look at her, I go, wow, okay. And what's great is I let her be her. She lets me be me. I don't, she's made it so easy. I didn't know how it would be. I did I have reservations? You know, I was worried. I figured once I was gone, I thought, okay, well, she can make cookies and brownies. She's never going to make a cake. And you know what? She's doing the cakes. She's doing it all. She can write in chocolate. She practiced and she loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it. She loves to be busy. She sometimes
Yeah.
by the time she gets here, she'll say, did you already make that cake? I wanted to make that cake. So I love that. I love that she's happy. Makes
and I
me
get
happy.
here at 7 in the morning, so you know she started at like 5:30.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm a morning person. I'm bad. So
well, that's what's really nice, Jessica, is you made this decision, and it's been a really good decision, which, you know, I'm sure from your mom's standpoint, there wasn't, you know, a nervousness of, you know, I think at first you probably made the decision out of a love for your family and your father, but to have it be really become your own decision now.
Yeah. No, it definitely started as like, okay, this is my family. This is not the right thing to do, but like something that I want to do. And I always liked making brownies and key lime pies and cookies and all that stuff. It was fun for me, if someone can say that's fun. And then I was like, okay, I'll take the pictures, I'll do the online stuff. Okay, that's fine. But then
she got thrown into it, though. I will tell you, with March, how
when I really full time started, it was Thanksgiving that was huge, and then Christmas,
Christmas, it was crazy.
And then March came.
She didn't have a chance. Like it was like, here's your apron, go. She didn't even we didn't have like a time where we would practice or anything. No, it was like, oh honey, just go. We're in. And I couldn't, honestly, I could never, I would never be where the business would not be where it is without her. I couldn't have done this alone. I know that sounds cliche, but I really could not have done this alone. And she, you know what? She saved me. She saved me. She did. She saved me.
And it's so exciting because it's fun to really watch this be beyond a startup, because it was a business that's going, but it's really this business that's, you know, changing now. A successful business that's really having this evolution of change. You're, you know, taking this online business, keeping online, you know, constantly changing in your recipes, but going into the brick and mortar, which, you know, a lot of people I've talked to started their businesses in 2008 in the height of terrible times. And now you're going to be able to say, like, we really started our business at a, you know, pandemic time. But I think, like, you know, really what you did was, you know, you really changed with what people were looking for. I mean, I know I sent out the boxes to a lot of friends to sort of cheer them up at the beginning of the pandemic. And I think a lot of people were doing that. But now you're really saying, like, okay, how are people having parties? What, you know, we can't sit around. We have to figure out, you know, how do we tie in?
The graduation, it was crazy. It you know, graduations, and one person would receive it, and then as soon as they received it, they'd be calling and say, oh, I need this for my daughters, or I need to, and we shipped all over the country graduation boxes and things like that. And we would get, like, people would write us and say, you put such a smile on my child's face. They were having such a bad day. They were so sad. When we did college, and then it became high school. And then a few people used us for teachers' gifts. They sent a cookie cake, and we wrote thanks on it. And, you know, we delivered it to the teachers' homes. Our customers are very creative. And you know what? We let them be. I think that's what stands out. We really let them. If they're looking for something and we don't do it, we will probably do it. You know, 9 times out of 10, we're going to figure out how to make it work. And somebody just ordered a basket and said, well, it's their anniversary and their birthday. Can you write on each cookie, happy birthday, happy anniversary? I said, no, we're not going to do that. But we're going to put in our anniversary and our happy birthday chocolate suckers. And she was like, okay, that's great. You know, so we really try to please, and our customers are creative. They're very creative, and they ask for things, and I'm like, wow, never thought of that. And we go with it. Also, like, somebody suggested the cookie dough to sell our, you know, our cookie dough so they can bake it at home and things like that. we went with it. We did it. We had we had the containers that we use for our mini muffins and our mini cupcakes, and it was perfect. We put we came up with a label, and it was born. And that's how we kind of look at each other. We're almost have been embarrassed when people say, so how's your business? How are things? How bad? And we kind of go, really good. Like our business tripled during the pandemic. And I think it's not just the product. I think it's
that's why people have the COVID-19, COVID-15 as this
right.
But people, because we delivered and because we listened and we were patient and understanding with their needs, I think that really helped our business. I really do. We could have been in big trouble.
Yeah.
Really big trouble.
We weren't sure what was going to happen.
We weren't sure. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, I think that people can learn from that too. And I think, those are really key elements, what you just said, that you listen to your customers. And I think that those people who have been doing well during this time, doing okay even during this time, and I'm pleased to have talked to many, it's because customer service was number one.
Yeah.
And stayed number one.
He always said, he said, anybody can do the job. It's customer service. You've got to make them want your product because of you. And that's how we've always been. I take calls. I mean, it's got to stop kind of, because that's what everybody wants it to stop. I need to have real hours, but I have people call me at 10 o'clock at night and like, is it too late? Are you not open? I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I try to smile and and I have people texting me. I have people emailing, I always say I'm like a doctor on call without the money.
Always. Right? I'll wake up like, by the way, I got a few orders last night. I'm like, I went to bed at 10 and
what happened?
It's 6. What happened?
Yeah. It's because people like me or other people like me go, oh my God, I totally forgot. Or, it's like so-and-so's birthday, but and that's a problem. I always laugh because I think I'm open 24 hours a day. And it's sometimes when you're in the service business and people think of things, or, you're as kind as you are, you do want to be there for people, and you have been, and, hopefully people don't take advantage of that. But the truth of the matter is that you listen to your customers, you give them what you want, you have an ideal, you have, such a great product, you deliver on your product. And, that's what people are looking for right now. They're looking for that in a rough economy. So if they're going to spend money, or they're going to give a gift, they want to know, Yeah. Well, I'm so excited about, the transition you're going to make. Jessica, you're, young, married, babies and things like that. How do you think it's going to play on your, your life? Like,
we've thought about that.
We have thought about that. It's going to be,
you have a grandma who will babysit, I guess.
Right.
I got the pack and play from my first grandson. From Jonah. So I've got the height chair. I've got everything. We're gonna raise that just like I raised my kids working.
Yeah. That's all I knew.
That's all she knew.
I never thought
she thought everybody.
I thought everybody did. We didn't go to daycare.
Everybody
we
did
the preschool and nursery eventually, but we didn't go to daycare. We were.
Yeah, I used to
take in the kitchen. You were in the kitchen cooking.
I took my son Justin in the carrier to the different restaurants at 5 o'clock in the morning to get the pastries there when I, 28 years ago.
Yeah.
And we talked about that because, hopefully, God willing, that's down the road. But I think we're going to have a baby being raised in the bakery.
I think that's perfect. That was a selfish question. I just want to make sure that those scones and, cookies.
They'll still be there.
Okay. Just, I'm asking for a friend, as they say.
I bought her she's got the t-shirt and the hat. She has to keep working. She's stuck.
And just, like I said, there are friends out there who want to know. I have the best time always when I get to see you guys. We haven't really been able to see one another in person. Occasionally Jessica's running up my path. I didn't see you this morning when you delivered these. I will go share them. Thank God there's still people in my house to share them with. But you know, it's I don't know. Are you still taking Father's Day orders?
Yeah.
Or are you? Okay, so everybody, a couple more days. Get your Father's Day orders in the boxes, baskets,
cookie cakes,
cookie cakes, anything dads are gonna love. And you know, graduations are still happening, so you know, anything along those lines. I've got to believe babies are for sure being born.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we've been doing some gender reveals and things like that.
Baby boxes, those are
baby boxes are big. Yeah, we do that too.
And most importantly, I have to say, like right now, I mean, I find this that we're all going to our friends' backyards. You know, some people are venturing out to restaurants, which are great, but I know like people are heading out to their friends' to their backyards, and, you know, bring a little gift with you and call early. Don't do what I do to Jodie and Jessica. Do not do what I do.
We'll take your order. I'll be nice.
But you know, it's so, I mean, it's such a great thing to do, you know, the box or, you know, a little cake or something. Like, who wants to bake? I'm telling you, let them bake for you. Trust me.
Yes.
I promise you. You have to go get the ingredients, wait in line.
Clean up your kitchen when you're done.
That is challenging right now, actually. The ingredients can make me very nervous. It's not easy.
I know, I'm sure, like, I can't even imagine, like, because you do it all in bulk, and during this time, I don't even know how we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, she always called me a hoarder, like, Mom, how much flour and sugar? And now I'm like, honey, just keep on hoarding because we're going through it. And it's
well, I'm glad you're going through it, because that's a good sign. You guys, thank you so much. Tell everyone, well, I'll tell everyone, go to culinarycombo.com, and then your Instagram is
Combo Bakery.
Yep.
And Facebook,
Culinary Combo Bakery.
Yep.
So definitely check out. I'll tell you all, it's really Jessica posting all the pictures.
It is all Jessica.
They're gorgeous. They hit my Facebook and Instagram every day. Every day I'm like, oh my God, a new creation, a new delicious something. But just if you ever need a basket, you need something to take to someone's house. So yummy.
Thank you.
Everything is delicious. They have gluten-free.
Yes.
I've challenged them on dairy-free too, which believe me.
Yes, yeah.
Like, who needs all that? But there is definitely gluten-free. And for you chocolate lovers, there's chocolate galore.
Yes.
There's everything. So thank you guys for coming on today. Keep going. You're doing amazing. And everybody go to their site and get your Father's Day. Yes. Yummy, delicious things.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.